Hey guys, Foxdrop here. Welcome back to another Spectator gameplay. Today we'll be taking a look at the most banned champion currently right now in Korea. It's Fizz. Fizz obviously is good in both mid lane and top lane, which contributes to his ban rate. But right now he's one of the strongest champions, obviously, hence why he's got a ban rate of over 70%. So in over 70% of games, this guy's banned in high elo in Korea. And today we are going to be watching from the perspective of Pobelter. You guys know Pobelter, house favorite Pobelter, and watch how he plays Fizz so that we can learn from it and just get a bit of a feel for how Fizz works, so that if you want to take it into your games, you can do. He's not banned as much in lower elo, and he's not banned as much outside of Korea either. So this is one of those situations where this is obviously a very strong champion deserving to be banned, but you might get away with playing it if you want to, unless you're a high elo Korean, in which case, why even watching this bloody video? So first things first, boys and girls, the early lane phase on Fizz. This is the toughest part about playing him, because you're playing a melee champion and most mid laners are ranged, which means that they have the range advantage, means they can harass you quite easily. This is where a lot of people falter, where a lot of them stumble, where they're not too sure how to play, because they're like, okay, I'm just getting bullied all the time, what can I do? And they just fall behind right off the bat. So you can see the way that Pobelter is playing right here. He's starting very, very aggressive right from the get-go. He's good. Very aggressive right from the get-go. You saw that he was trading back there with the Syndra, despite the fact that she had the range advantage on him. Gets caught by a spell because Syndra levels up to level 3, but hey, here he can bait the gank. And Syndra does have flash, but that's it. No ghost, just flash. Unlucky Q. I think she's dead. Good shit. Not dead yet. Wait. Okay, I think she's gonna die. She's dead. Beautiful. No assist for old Pobelter, but still. If you're playing jungle, by the way, and you've got a like a Fizz and lane, or someone who can snowball pretty hard, someone who kind of just needs to get out of the lane phase a little bit, but then is pretty strong. That's a little side note. If you are a jungler, ganking those lanes are pretty good, because not only is giving them a little bit of help early a good idea, but on top of that as well, the enemy laners tend to push against those champions quite hard. Fizz will often be pushed in really hard in the early phase. If you're the jungler, you can gank for him. Usually it works out pretty well. Especially if, like this Syndra, the enemy laner doesn't have teleport. You stand a lot, you can put them really far behind. So you saw basically this early lane phase starts with the refillable potion, so he's got a lot of regen coming through here, so that if he does take harass, it's fine because he can just heal most of it back up. Plays relatively safe, but still isn't afraid to trade in as well when he's got like this right here, just taking a little opportunity, gets a few hits off, easy peasy lemon squeezy, and then he's got his E to disengage after, so he doesn't take too much harass back. Brilliant ward there, Pobelter, mate. We saw that shit. You can't pretend that didn't happen. Here's Pobelter thinking he's just playing a random solo queue game. No one's gonna see this. Why would anyone see this? We saw it, Pobelter, mate. We saw it. But yeah, so kind of playing a bit chill in the early lane phase. That's all we've really got to do. Once he hits level 6, you will see the threat of this shark landing onto Syndra is going to be massive, especially considering he has the level advantage on Syndra now as well, thanks to that early gank. So this is going to be pretty scary stuff for Syndra in this early game. Let's talk a bit about runes and masteries here, boys and girls. As always, they're in the description, but magic pen reds, health per level yellows, or armor yellows if you're up against a melee, like an AD mid laner like Talon or Zed or someone. And then for your blues, go magic resist and Quints AP. Some people will just do like AP blues, but generally speaking, that's a bit of a mistake, because you just got to avoid the early lane phase. This is like I'm just going to rewind this really quick so we can take a look at this trade here, because this is like actually something that's really interesting. The way that he plays this trade is a small thing, but this is a difference between Pobelter being rank 2 in NA, like proper high up their challenger, and you sitting down there in silver watching this video. He goes in for the immediate, excuse me, immediate gap closer to get in onto the Syndra to go for this harass hit. After this, he gets another auto off, and now he's going to go for the W, coming in here. Now, he's not afraid to go on the tower here because he knows he can dodge tower shots with his E. A lot of times, especially in lower elos, people think towers equals bad, and they won't try and go for a play like this. When actually, if you think about it, you can get away with it because Fizz is Fizz. So he gets the passive pop, immediately pops his E after that as well, dodges the tower shot, and this is the really important thing that I want to break down here. This is the big deal here. This cheeky little sidestep right there. That cheeky little sidestep avoids the Syndra stun. If Syndra gets that stun off, she then follows through with the rest of her kit. And Fizz probably takes as much damage from the trade as he's given to Syndra, if not more, therefore losing the trade. But because he was able to dodge that E, see there right there, he took a decent amount of damage. But because he missed the stun, or dodged the stun, Syndra missed the stun, he dodged it. It makes a huge difference, honestly. Like, legitimately, that is a huge difference coming through there. And it's little things like that. However, having said that, it was good by Syndra to trade back in that situation. A lot of times, mid laners in lower elo specifically, you trade with someone, you take a lot of damage, and then you run away because you're afraid. Because you're like, holy shit, this guy did so much damage to me, I'm just going to run away. But oftentimes, especially mid laners, their damage is reliant on like a rotation of spells. So once those spells are used, they're on cooldown, and that's your opportunity to trade back. So Syndra going back for the stun, for the harass there, is really smart, and that's what she needs to do. Anyway, let's talk a little bit about the early item build for Fizz here. Most Fizzes rush Proto Belt as their first item. This is mid lane AP Fizz, mind you. If you want to go top lane like Bruiser Fizz, and you can do like Triforce Rush or Blade the Ruin King Rush if you really want to as well. But for AP Fizz mid lane here, Proto Belt is the thing that you're going to be rushing first. And here we go, he's got level 6 as well, so if they want to go for a big fight here, he can get away with that shit. He's just going for a little bit of harass first though, because if he gets one harass, maybe 2 pieces of harass down here, Fizz now has the kill pressure on this Syndra, but still, he sees a fight happening in his own jungle, so now he's going to move around here and go for the roam. Opportunities to holy shit, to get kills like this. This is what it's all about. This is how you get ahead as a mid laner without having to bully your own laner. Just roam around and pick up the free kills. Even though he dies here, the only reason he dies here is because Kennen teleported and Kayle didn't. So this is still like a net gain for his team, because that was a numbers advantage for the red team, and the blue team still pretty much just came out equal in that situation, more or less. So really good stuff there for the blue team. Even though he dies, it's still, even though Fizz dies, it's still worth it. He also picks up a kill, which is pretty good here. He's come back in with a teleport here as well. Red buff is kind of low, but he does have the opportunity to go in onto Syndra, but she'll probably blast cone away here if he's not careful. So he needs to play this one kind of smart. So he needs to first figure out where she is and then play around the blast cone. Uses the flash to counter the blast cone. She's got nothing left. She's dead. Good shit. Nice reaction teleport there to get back into the play, pick up a nice free kill. And this is a great timing for the Syndra to die here, because now he pushes all these minions under tower. She misses all of them. And now he can either just get damage on the tower or he can roam. Now, roaming without your ultimate is a little bit difficult on Fizz. Not really something that's advised. If this guy was level 6, maybe Pobelter would be roaming down bot lane to try and go for a play. Because bot lane is really the only lane he can roam for and gank right now. Because Kayle was in spawn. But he's just going to go for the recall because he has a item power spike to go for instead. There it is. Spell pen boots. Pretty good against people who don't have much magic resist. Anyway, right now the game is very, very even. So this is definitely one of those games that you can win, you can lose. It's still all up in the air. Not one of those games which just snowballs really hard in the early game. This one here is still very much anyone's game. So right now at this stage of the game, you kind of just got to be thinking, okay, what is it that I need to do? At this stage of the game, the lane phase, it's still in lane phase, but it's kind of coming out of it. We're at that point now where we can start roaming around if we want to. We can start making plays if we want to. Again, another sidestep on the stun there from Pobelter, so he avoids taking loads of damage. So he needs to think about it. What does he want to do? Well, just farming mid lane is not a bad thing. If in doubt, by default, just farm mid lane. And on top of that as well, if he sees the opportunity to roam, he can go for it. If he gets some harass down, after he gets one harass down, maybe even like maybe 2 pieces of harass down, then he can go for the all-in after that. But really, he's just going to chill out here. Doesn't have much vision, so it's kind of risky for him to go for too, like, particularly aggressive plays or to invade the enemy jungle or whatever. So just chilling out here, getting the CS, getting the farm, playing around that shit. All good stuff. But of course, still being prepared to help his team if it comes down to it. So let's fast forward a little bit here and see if anything action-packed happens. We saw Syndra on a little ward here. So maybe something's up for grabs there with the Ash Arrow, but decides against it. That's fine as well. It's going to skip here because this is the boring part of the game where he's just catching minion waves. Now that this bot lane has gone down, by the way, the game will start opening up a little bit. It will start being a little bit different because obviously bot lane is now going to most likely start roaming. When this happens, most of the time people roam mid lane. Great initiation from Ash on the arrow. Easy follow-up with Blitzcrank there as well. And the Fizz Shark too. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. This is why a lot of times people roam mid, because they just kind of force the mid push down. Once they've got the bot tower, you just roam mid and try and get that top tower, that mid tower. Sometimes they will lane swap top as well and go for the top tower. But a lot of times, once your tower is down, that's your opportunity to make a play, pushing down the other lanes. You kind of want to get something from your individual lane success here. So now what's interesting about this game as well, what's interesting to note is whenever we're spectating games when people's teams are doing well, people often disregard the performance of one individual player and just say like, oh, it's just because his team's doing well, right? I'll say something like, yo, if this Fizz was, you know, on the enemy team, this guy would be getting absolutely destroyed. I'm sorry about this cough, man. I've had this cough for like 2 weeks. It's pissing me off. But I actually think that's not the case. If you look at his CS, 100 CS at this stage of the game, that's perfect. Honestly, like that's... it doesn't matter what team he would be on right now. He's still got the opportunity to shit on kids. Because he has so much farm. He's completed his pro belt now as well. And he's just going to, you know, no one can really match him at this stage of the game. So he's just going to go and kind of push the side lane down here. Just gather a bit of CS, but also set... He probably won't push another wave after this. I'd be a little bit surprised at least. But then again, what do I know? Yeah. Oh, no. Okay, he's teleporting. Because now he's set this bot lane to push. Like, this bot lane will push slowly into the enemy team here. So he's kind of set that up, which then kind of forces the enemy team to... Someone from the enemy team to try and defend against this minion wave, or they'll miss all the minions. So it's creating pressure on the side lane by pushing out here. He sees the opportunity though. They're going for the dive, so this is an easy teleport. Nice Shark. I thought he might miss that, but no, the Shark hitbox is pretty ridiculous, so he gets that. Nice, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. A lot of times you can see how Pobert was playing quite. He's playing safe, I guess. Oh my goodness, he's used the Proto Belt. He's got no ulti, but does he? Oh, did he dodge it? I don't know if he dodged that shit, but look at this. This is why Fizz is the most banned champion in the game. What is this? And then he presses the E to dodge the Syndra ult as well. Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. Good shit, though. Crazy plays coming out of there. That's why you run teleport, man. Teleport to the other side of the map. Boom. Easy peasy. Lemon squeezy. I'm surprised without his ultimate that he actually went that aggressive, but still, that was crazy. That is quite a nice counter to Syndra, though. You just press E and you dodge her ulti, and if you ever press R on the Syndra, then most likely you're going to get a kill as well. So you just got to avoid the early lane phase really when you're playing Fizz, and we talked a bit about that early on. Just play a bit safe, take this sorry, refillable, what's it called? Corrupting potion, just for loads and loads of sustain, and then easy peasy lemon squeezy. We're going to do a big fast forward here, because this is kind of, you know, just taking blue buff. But at this stage of the game, Fizz's 1v1 is ridiculous. If he finds someone, he's going to kill them most likely. So that's what he's doing. He's trying to find, just trying to find people out of position, picking them off. They don't have to be that out of position either in order for him to go for them or for him to be able to kill them. And the only reason why he didn't kill Twitch there was because he missed his Shark. So pretty good shit. He's actually going for this, which I don't think is smart. Not smart at all. Kind of got bamboozled there. But whatever, you know, we'll give him points for having testicles, because he did have rather large testicles in that play. Pretty not a great death, but still. Split Push King is this Fizz. That's the name of the game today. Second item, by the way, guys. Lichbane. Most Fizzes, their first 3 items will be a combination of Proto Belt, Lichbane, and Zhonya's. So here we go. He's got his Lichbane here as well now. all in all, as like an item build, the Proto Belt, it's good stats, but also gives you a bit more burst. The Lich Bane also gives you crazy bursts as well. And the Zhonya's gives you good stats, but allows you to kind of jump in and not just instantly pop and have to rely on your E for survivability. You can rely on the Zhonya's for survivability instead. He's using his shark quite liberally this game, which is good, honestly, because like if any of these sharks hit, he gets a kill. So he's going to now push down bot lane and create pressure here. If he creates pressure in this bot lane, again, it forces someone to come down here. And if they do come down here, he can kill them, he can pressure them, but then he can roam around as well if he wants to and try and go for a play. So uses the Proto Belt for the gap closer, Q for the gap closer as well. He's missing a lot of sharks this game, but maybe it doesn't even matter. Maybe it doesn't even matter. It looks like it doesn't even matter. He's just luring them into a false sense of security. That's exactly what's happening here. These guys think that if this shark is down, that they can, you know, that Fizz can't kill them. How wrong they are. How incredibly wrong they are. Good focus there onto the Twitch. Not going for the Sona, even though I know that was very juicy, squishy Sona there. But nice focus. Getting onto the Fizz. Oh my goodness. There we go. The E flash. Beautiful combination right there. No time to react to that one. You flash as you're about to land. Boom. You land straight on top of the target. Rather than flash E-ing, which gives them time to react to E-flash. Boom. Easy peasy. Lemon squeezy. That's what we like to see. Good shit from Po Battle here. And now he's fed as fuck. Like this. He's so ridiculously fed. He's tower diving on 30% health as an assassin. This game is completely over at this point, like ridiculously strong. Some nice things to kind of note, to mention about this mid game, to talk a little about this mid game. He's split pushed a lot, but if you look at his CS, 190 CS, like almost 200 CS at 21 minutes, that is a very, very high amount of CS right there. And this just means that at any point in the game, he's going to be really strong because he's going to have a crap ton of gold. 200 CS at 21 minutes. Like, he's always just going to be so strong in this game because he's farming up. On the plus side as well, he's so strong. His split push pressure is really powerful here. So that means that if someone does come for him in the side lanes, he can fight them. And he can kill pretty much anyone if they come for him. So it's a really good use of his strength, just going to a side lane. Zhonya's onto the Syndra ulti. He's got to be dead here, surely. Oh, the KLO Colt blocks it, and he's going to survive. Boom. There it is. Disgusting. He's basically got 3 things to cheat death in this game. He's got Zhonya's, he's got his E, and he's got the KLO ulti. Disgusting. Wait, did he TP in there? He TP'd in and died. I missed it, honestly. Yeah, I missed it. Whatever. It wouldn't be a game of solo queue without a bit of suicide. We'll skip forward here because this stuff is pretty much surgical here. Grouping up with your team if you think you've got kill pressure. Just easy peasy kills right here. If Po Belter didn't think that he could group with his team and do useful stuff, he'd probably just split push and try and draw out the 1v1 or something like that. Or like try and draw out the skirmishes, because that's where Fizz is slightly better rather than grouping up, especially if his team isn't doing particularly well. But because he's just so strong and his team's so strong as well, he could just group up, and he is ridiculously fed here. 15, 3, and 4. Disgusting. This is why Fizz has a over 70% ban rate in Korea. Crazy strong champion. And that's it. That's the game, boys and girls. So I hope you enjoyed the gameplay. I hope you learned a little bit about Fizz, how to play. No way. Unlucky. Is the game actually over here, or? Okay. I think the game's over, but whatever. It's not actually technically over yet. Alright. But I hope you learned how to play some Fizz. You know, I hope this was useful, and you can see why Fizz is considered such a strong champion right now. Absolutely disgusting. Alright, that's got to be the game now. I think that's the game now. Thanks for watching, boys and girls. Take a thumbs up if you liked it. You can subscribe to me for more League of Legends content, and you can find me on Facebook, on Twitter, and catch me streaming at twitch.tv/Foxdrop. All those are down below in the description, boys and girls. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day, and I will see you in my next video.